Hi. You ever wonder where you went wrong in life? I don't. I don't have to wonder. I know. I know where I went wrong in life. The PigCast. Welcome to the Monday edition of the PigCast. We're a little bit early. I'm playing around with the times of these particular PigCasts, obviously realizing that there are different time zones that exist other than my own, and I might not align with the majority of the wannabe PigCake consumers, even though we could see metrically that's not really a factor here. We have an action-packed episode as usual. I apologize for my transgression of consuming product or food here. These are actually some protein brownies. And a little thing on them. That gas station that sells these is always full of snacks. And I don't mean snacks in a sense of snacks. I mean snacks in a sense of, what are you doing? Why are there so many hot girls going out at 11 in the morning to the gas station? You should be at work by then. My goodness. Or you should be at home with me. Instead, you're at a gas station buying, I don't even know. I always like to look at what they're getting, and it's insignificant stuff. They're buying bottled water. What? Gum sometimes. That's beside the point. We have an action-packed episode, as we always do here on the PigCast. We're here. We're queer. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
I assume that's what it was. I can't even see what I was looking at there, but I assume that it was there. Mike, who seems to be spamming the chat. Mike says, whoop, probably here for the whole stream. Whoops, I'm wrong. My money's on sloppy magician chic with tank top. No, I've been rocking the ham radio shirt as of late because it's kind of a throwback. Back to worst times. By worst times, I mean back when I was forced to do a podcast with Daniel, where he wouldn't be active. He wouldn't be part of it. It'd pretty much be myself. So this is essentially. But we do have some hot topics. If you want to leave a voicemail, make sure to look at the link in the description section below. I just put a video out. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I'm out of breath, but I put a video out earlier today in regards to a magic app. A magic app. Makes you just want to punch the nearest puppy, doesn't it? But a magic app called Synchro by Magic Pro Ideas that were very gracious enough to send it to me. And it's a nice app. A couple things that I don't like about those types of apps, but I think that for the most part, it is a good feature-packed application that a lot of people would like. Very similar to Tempest by Lloyd Barnes, but this one allows you to do that on their phone. So you could borrow their phone, you go into their clock app, and you could do stuff with the clock, which I thought was interesting beyond doing any card at any number. Right? That's the best thing. Anytime somebody comes out with anything, hey, but can you do an any card or any number? You should find a woman, find the nearest woman, and try your best to make that happen, because Lord knows, if you're thinking, oh my God, I'm passing away here, but if you're thinking of different ways that you could use things to improve your any card, any number, maybe you need some help. But we have some other stuff. As a matter of fact, one of the first topics is a spoon trick that I guess I'm going to show you here. I don't know if you guys are going to figure it out. This is what I would take to fool us. This spoon trick that I'm going to show you. I got into some Twitter beef over the weekend. I tend to be drunk when I tweet, and typically it's responses to people. And then I get into back and forths with idiots. So I guess we're going to look at that. Some idiot taking advantage of her grandmother. That's always fun. Club mistakes. So we've all been there in a club where it's last call and you just have to go home with something. And we're going to see that sometimes you should just do your own diligence and not decide to go with whatever's remaining. Also, I've made a realization about the story that I've had for many, many years in my life, and TikTok solved the case. Girls doing too much. And what's this one? Black Friday. Black Friday was last Friday. And if you know, today's Cyber Monday. So when they have a bunch of stupid sales for shit you don't need to buy. I was retarded. I guess it's a byproduct of capitalism, which I'm a fan of. But here it's you get discounts on televisions, which aren't really discounted. But I made the mistake of going to the mall because I needed ammunition for my gun that's there, my brand new Hellcat. And I needed to get some defensive rounds because I got some other rounds that weren't necessarily the best rounds to have on you. So I decided to get some defensive rounds. And lo and behold, I go to a popular mall called Dolphin Mall. If you're ever in Miami, Florida, I urge you not to check out this mall for many reasons. Firstly, it's a mall filled with my people, and the worst type of my people, which are new Cubans, meaning Cubans that just got here. Now, there's a thing about old Cubans that have a level of respect and have life experiences, but the new Cubans are trash. They take up space in places that people should be walking through. They'll sit down in your table if you're in the dining area. They'll just sit down in your table without even asking, rudely. Awful. And I went to the bathroom and there was shit on the floor. There was shit on the floor of the mall of the bathroom in the mall that I went to. What does that mean? Let's think about that for a second. What does that entail? That means that you couldn't hold it. That means that you are unable to properly defecate. Because if you've been alive for, I would say, as long as you have, you know that the receptacle is the toilet. So what is it that makes it about a mall where you can't reach the toilet before you're shitting yourself? So that was great. I almost threw up. I had to cover my shirt, cover my mouth with my shirt because I'm not gonna. First of all, the witnessing of the defecation is already the defecate, if you want to call it, is already enough for me to gag. And then the scent. It's just mall culture is a nightmare, and as humans, this makes me want to potentially join an organization that is anti whatever we stand for. Maybe that podcast was correct where I was talking about joining an organization. Or remember the whole thing about Osama and his letter. Maybe they were right, but that's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Evening, Stu Batman here on my wife's YouTube. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Stu Batman. I don't think you're married because you've made some comments in regards to magic tricks that make me know that you never even seen the shape of a woman naked. I always assumed floor poop was a result of someone being too high. Yeah, but too high on what? On what? What is it that you have to... that I don't understand, man. Even in emergencies, I've been in emergency situations where I never miss. I always make it, but it's you know what it is? It's overindulgence. That's what it is, and that boils down to the main problem we have as humans: overindulgence. Disgusting. But that was quite awful. I guess let me start with this. This right here is a cool trick that I guess you could use at your next bar mitzvah if you happen to be of that diaspora, to use an annoying word that I've seen on Facebook. Now, I have some... I'm going to take off the volume because I feel like it might be copyright. Now, I have a hypothesis about this guy, but it might just be like an internal joke for myself because to explain it would be too much virginity. But let me show you right here. This is the incredible shrinking spoon trick, the shrinking wooden spoon. So let's just play it. There's going to be no audio, but here we go. So he has a wooden spoon, and then it turns into a small spoon. And he kind of leans in and shows you that it's now a smaller spoon, which is always great to see. Let's see if he cleans up here. And obviously his hands are unequivocally empty. So how did he do that? How do you do that? It's kind of amazing what you can do with just ordinary household objects, right? In this case, you have what is... whoa, that's crazy. I didn't even peep that. But you have a big spoon, and then it kind of morphs. It morphs into a smaller spoon. I want to know what this is, by the way. This is kind of there's a sharp hair here on his face, which is kind of interesting. Now, I guess the internal joke that I have here is there used to be an account on TikTok that I would always get recommended to me. And it was a guy wearing a mask, and he was doing these weird gestures, and he would do tricks really badly. And, he'd like do all the like, hey, watch this. And he was wearing a mask, but he had the same physiognomy as this individual who's very clearly shown his face here. I think they're the same guy. In the comments here, you're a wizard, Gary. The guy goes, my name is not Gary. Jesus Christ is David Blaine. You ain't slick. So there's obviously some issue with this individual. Some guy said, is he restarted? Which is a top 10 comment. Top 10 by any means. But it's very aggressive in terms of recording yourself, uploading that, editing it, and then hitting publish. Now, again, I don't want to... This would be punching down in different ways, I assume. I don't want to be that guy. But you posted it online. Here, there's one called The Missing Piece. Maybe that might be a reference to me. Let's see. what this is. So let's go to this one. So this is called the Missing Piece Illusion. Obviously, you guys know the Missing Piece deck is a deck that successfully funded on Kickstarter. Let's ignore the date that it was funded, but it was funded successfully on Kickstarter, and that's hopefully coming soon. But this is the Missing Piece trick. So let's take a look at it. We have a piece of ribbon that goes behind, or straw that goes behind his fingers, and it disappears as it passes through his fingers. You could tell that it goes down the bottom end there, and it completely vanishes. So I don't know. And then he's kind of snappy too. So we could see the comments here that says you almost can't see the black triangle between your fingers. And he says a no talent loser. With no videos, with now videos. So I guess he meant to say with no videos. You do not know me, but you show everyone you're no talent endless. Honestly, sometimes hurts. Do you prefer me to say you're the next Copperfield? No, my stage name is Ilumar, Dimago. Don't imitate no one. You don't know me either. So be on your side, I be or mine, thank you. And they go back and forth. I don't know who's more acoustic, the person arguing with the acoustic person or the acoustic person. Leave your takes on that down below. Which one is more acoustic, the person arguing or the actual person that published the video? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely the person arguing because you know better. You should know better. Having my nice decaf coffee because of anxiety. Slatcher says, ask me about the toilets in all girls elementary school and the absolute hell that little girls can inflict on the world. How does a 7-year-old get feces in a line 8 feet up the wall? I mentioned that before, and people said, oh, look at Piggy hanging around the girls' bathroom. No, you idiot. Sometimes girls go in there and smoke marijuana. And as a school, not administrator, but as a school employee, you would have to go in there and see and what the fuck is going on. Everybody gets out and then with the principal. So it's not just there by myself in the girls' bathroom, you fuck. But I also just heard, I don't know, some sort of car redlining right in front of my street. But the girls' bathroom is infinitely more disgusting. It's always more disgusting than the men's bathroom. I don't understand what girls are doing in there. I think that at that point, they just poop in their hands and throw it. There's also a period paraphernalia everywhere. I know. It's a natural thing, whatever. I'm not shitting, haha, pun intended, on the fact that you get periods. I'm shitting on where you decide to throw away the receptacle of the period, because it comes with a thing that you fold in and you could throw away, and I've seen just tampons and bloody pads just there, open, just there, all right, I guess the whole world is gonna be privy to your period, or periódico, as the Puerto Ricans like to call it, which is, by the way, newspaper. God, you're so retarded. But that's you're right, Slatzer. You're right. Especially elementary, where I have no idea where their parents are, but it's clearly not in any sort of sane location, because I can't imagine these kids in elementary school having parents and not knowing how to use the bathroom by the time you're, I would say, 8 years old. Just seems like maybe you should call child services. I know I would in that particular scenario. Once again, if you want to leave a voicemail, do so in the link in the description section below. Let me see what the comments here say. I was clever to get them. I was clever. Got the girl, then got into magic, says Anna, a.k.a. In this case, Stu. I love how PigCake quantifies virginity. Well, a lot of people ask me, hey, Piggy, what do you mean by virginity? And they get offended. It's a whole argument that you get with people that are funless assholes. But virginity is very quantifiable. And you might think, oh, I've gotten tons of pussy. I'm no virgin. Yes, you are. By saying that, you are, in fact, a bigger virgin than anybody else. You are a bigger virgin than anybody else. Speaking of, when I was younger, I had this story that I've told here on various podcasts many times, where I was in elementary school, in the elementary school bathroom. Look at that segue, my friends. We're here. We're killing it.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
So I was in the bathroom, and I was taking a wee, and I heard a click. Now, in my memory, I remember seeing a flash but I didn't see a flash because that would be impossible considering the information that I just came across. But I heard a click and I look up and I see a kid, a friend of mine. I remember his name, Lewis. And he takes another picture, and I'm there with my dinky out. So I have my little pee-pee out, and obviously you're in 4th or 5th grade. So it's about the size of a small, like a thumbnail. And I'm just there with my little wiener taking a piss. And I look up, and he's holding a camera. Now, I would never forget the camera that he was holding because it was a chicken nugget box camera. It was a chicken nugget box. My memory, again, for some odd reason, I thought it was a hamburger camera that he had. But no, it was the cheese. It was the McNugget box that McDonald's had in a promotion. And the time makes sense. The time of this also makes sense, as you're going to see in a little bit here. But I remember running after him. I zipped up. I ran after him, and he was gone. That guy flew out of there. And for years, I thought that there was a picture of my dinky, my 5th grade dinky that existed. But no, Lewis took a fake photograph. And the reason I know that is because of this right here.
When people say older Happy Meal toys were so much better, this is a prime example. Looks like a regular old Chicken McNugget box, but when you push this button, it turns into a secret spy camera that even lets you take pretend photos. When people say older Happy...
This makes sense because I was in elementary school in 1999. I believe I was in 4th grade, I think. And this picture was taken of me in 4th grade. And this thing came out in that time. So this isn't a real camera. So whatever he took of me was a fake picture on this fake camera. And it scared me for years. I thought that somehow in the annals of a dumpster somewhere exists a picture of my small penis. Thankfully, it's gotten way big now. But that reminds me of a story on Thanksgiving that my mom was telling my friends that were invited to her house for Thanksgiving. That this is a very popular story among my family. But that my mom didn't circumcise us because me and my brother that came out of her in the same time, she didn't circumcise us because his pee-pee was too small as a baby. So they were afraid that if they circumcised him, they would cut his whole dinky off. So she just let us uncircumcised, which I prefer. And she recounts the story, or I tell her, "Hey, Mom, how about you tell us a story?" And she goes, "Yeah, when he was younger, you were a baby. We couldn't cut it because we were afraid to cut his whole dick off." And everybody starts laughing because of his small dick. And then this is how my mom decides to save my brother. She goes, "But not anymore. Not anymore." So she says, "Not anymore. He has a big dick now. Before it was small and tiny as a baby, but now it's a big boy dick." And that didn't do anything to save him. That didn't do anything to save that particular dialogue. So that was a fun one. Let's see here. So that was so that camera was a fake camera. So that solved the problem that I've had for many years. I'm a bigger virgin than all of you, says Devin Reed, especially because you said then. It's supposed to be then. All of you. Daniel, who's a mod, says, "I want to see your PP. CM Punk is back, bro." I had one of those cameras. So maybe it could have been you, Daniel. It could have been you. Although when I was in elementary school in 1999, in 4th grade, you were in, what are you, 5 years older than me? So you were in high school, maybe a freshman, a junior. You were on a plea bargain. You were definitely trying to graduate on a plea bargain. So that's a lot. But for years, I thought that was the case. And it turns out that no, I have nothing to worry about. My little dinky is not going to be out there. Although I was backing up some videos the other day, and I saw that I did have a dick pic. I've only sent 2 dick pics in my entire life. And I was backing up, and I found it. And it wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one, which is kind of disappointing because you would think if you're sending a dick pic that you got to do it on a wide camera. You got to do it close so it looks extra engorged. And no, I sent the accurate depiction of my penis. So that was a weird one back in the day. What else are we talking about here? Again, if you want to leave a voicemail, leave it in there's a link in the comment section below. You can do it anonymously. You don't have to put your email. You don't have to sign up. You could just click it, leave a voicemail, and you're good to go. I don't know if the last one here, if I read, let me play it here real quick.
Yo, PigCake. Last time in your stream, I admit that I was trolling you.
Okay, yeah, that's Hungry and Hungover recommending guns to me. And I believe in that he goes on to recommend a flamethrower. A flamethrower. Now, girls are doing way too much. And I think that whenever it comes to these sort of brunch events, you know, oh, babe, I'm going to go to brunch real quick with the girls. You got to go with them. And I know that sucks and I know it's lame, but this is what they be doing when they're going to brunch, when they're going to some sort of event with the girls. They're not lying. They're going to an event with the girls. But that event involves a lot of touching. And you'll see now whatever's going on here. I don't like this, by the way. I don't like whatever's happening here. I guess you know who she voted for, but alas, that's not the point of this video. All right. I hope there's audio. I don't know if actually there is no audio, but you can see what's happening here. There's they're having some sort of brunch. They're giving them fruits. They're giving them bananas. There's some roses. They're about to eat. This is a very black girl thing to do, which funny as I said that. The eyelashes also are kind of nuts. There's the white bitch friends. That mac and cheese. The bowel movements after this must be legendary. Also must be the farts. And you know that they're in that room and they're just quirkily farting. Broccoli farts too? No, thank you. So this whole experience is designed to essentially fucking molest a bunch of girls. That's what this experience is designed for. Just to grope. Now I say molest, but it's obviously there's a reciprocity here. Mac and cheese. They're just going to be fucking throwing up out of their butts. And you know it's two brothers that came up with this concept here of, hey, how can we find a way to just fucking grope the shit out of women with boyfriends? It's kind of getting me hard though, by the way. I don't know if it's just me, but like, I don't know, just a banana and then how like they're into it. I'm kind of getting a boner right now. Like, even this girl's kind of fat, but she kind of takes it, you know, like that. Like she's kind of, that's kind of hot, but you know, it's weird. So don't trust your bitches, man. Don't trust your bitches. I've seen that before with other places like ice cream and they're putting a banana in their mouth and they're like kind of like doing one of these, like simulating aggressive fellatio. There's no trust anymore. Let's see what this. The title of that was Girls Doing Too Much. I'm sorry that I had to show you that. I know that that's a lot to look at, especially at 1:23 on a Monday. But if your girl's ever dressing up too much in the morning, they're about to get their shit touched by a brother. Just know that. PigCake likes fat chicks with hairy armpits. No, I don't. I don't like fat chicks. I don't like hairy armpits. I'm a very traditional guy. As a matter of fact, I'm more turned on when you have more clothes. When you have good fitting, more clothes. I'm a fan of that. If there was a way for me to procreate with you where you kept your clothes on, I'd prefer that. Don't get me wrong. I love a naked shawty, but there's something about the clothes that makes you wonder what's underneath. Whereas if you're one of these hoes that's showing everything off, what am I even working for? Something that everybody has seen? Yeah, great. That's really valuable. Let me get a door with about 100,000 keys that open it. Not a really good door, or a really good lock, I guess. That's a better comparison. So that's something that I saw. And typically when it comes to those, I wish I'd saved the other one, but it was quite intense. There's a lot of like syrup flowing and a lot of just fucking the joke is cum. It's cum. That's the whole bit. See what else you guys have to say here. Let's see. That's your Egyptian half. Well, I fight against my Egyptian half because I am a fat phobe. I'm a proud fat phobe. A lot of times people accuse me of being a racist or a misogynist or a whatever, a xenophobist, whatever the fuck. No, I'm none of those. You're retarded. You need to stop listening to the hive mind and the echo chamber that you reside in. I'm a fat phobic person, proudly. I'm doing it for your health. I'm trying to promote better health through weight loss. Now, you could possibly be athletic and fat, but that doesn't mean that you're healthy and fat. There's a big difference. And people think, oh, look at me. I could do a split and I'm 210 pounds. No, No, that's not healthy. That just tells me that you could do a split and you're 210 pounds. Your cardiovascular health is probably in dire straits, and your knees are not going to be functioning by the time you're 42 years old. So I'm just doing it for your own good. You could thank me later when you're thin and hot, and then you say, oh, Piggy, you were right. I went on a diet for 6 months, and I'm so happy. I'm full of energy, and I'm fit. I have the love of my life, and I want to tell you, you're welcome. I was telling you this 6 months ago, but alas, I don't have a time machine. Every picture of me is a duck pic, says Anna, obviously, AKA. But you said dick. You have to fix yourself there. I vote for no piggy dicks in the stream or Discord, FYI. I'm not going to ever post any of my dick pics. They're not anywhere online. You can't, they're not even backed up online because I don't trust any of that shit. But, and this one would be an awful dick pic to leak because it shows my dick and what it is, which is an average size dick. I don't have a huge cock. I don't have a small penis either. I have a very average cock, but I work very hard. So that's kind of the vibe with my penis game. I don't know if that's something that you guys are interested in knowing about, my penis game. But maybe it might be if I could smoothly transition into this, which is this guy's penis game. So this guy's penis game is quite aggressive, I gotta say. When you get to that point in the club where, again, it's lights on. Everybody turns the light on, and you can see everybody for what they're at or how they look like. Let me see if this has audio. Yeah, so this has audio. Let's play this. This is what not to do. This is what not to do. I know sometimes we're a little bit horny, but we have a guy here. You can see what's going on. Now, a lot of red flags here. Now, I don't know what place this is. There's obviously a bar here. I think the bartender is the one recording. She's wearing sandals. She's also wearing workout clothes. What kind of a club is this? Or what kind of this? You're just allowed to wear whatever the fuck you want? This guy's wearing jeans. You know, I would guess this is probably in downtown Atlanta. Maybe somewhere in like a shitty part of Vegas. That's redundant, right? But is this? Yeah, it does work. Okay. But you can see what's happening here. Let me lower the volume. So she's thrusting on him, and he's getting in it. And here's my favorite part of this whole thing. Here's where it goes. All right, he's really thrusting it in there, and an employee had to come in there and go, "Man, dude." A word that I can't say, but dude. And then he goes back into it. You could tell that the last frame, he says, "Fuck you, man. I'm gonna go back into this shit." Now, even if the lights were off, let's go back here and see what this guy's working with. You could see the super fupa, the super fupa here. That's I guess pushing out of her gut area. Her friend here is, I guess, this is what I would say. Hey, man, look, if you're going to go with anything, try this right here. Go for that. But instead, he decides to go for what we in the business like to call the tortilla in the group, which is the fridge, the refrigerator. So let's go back to that. I apologize. So let's show the type here, the body type. So her body type, I could best compare it to Alien. From Alien versus Predator. That's kind of like this weird S-shape sort of metaphor motif. And he's out there pounding it, and she's like, "Yeah, boy. Yeah, give me that. I could throw it back. I don't know what. Yeah, give me a cheeseburger." And then she's kind of throwing it back. If you tell her to get on top, she's going to complain. She's going to grunt. She's going to go, ugh, like that. So you're going to be doing all of the fucking. And is it really going to be worth it? Is it really going to be worth it when she... I look at that. She's also pulling her thing up to try to hide from the suprapubic area, the suprapubic fat that she's possessing while wearing sandals at the club. And you know, this guy bought new shoes, by the way. This guy bought what looks like to be new, I would say Jordans, Air Forces, for the club. So he was ready here to pick up some shoddy, and instead he picked up a tortilla, which, God bless you, man. God bless you, sir. I would say somebody had to do it, but nope. Nope, nobody had to do that. You're the one that did that out of your own, I guess, free will. So I really can't say much about that. But God bless you. If you're that desperate, by all means, my friend, do what you need to do. Please stop. I've seen enough. Let's see here. I think if we got a voicemail. Yeah, we got another voicemail from what is Dad. So I'm going to play this while eating the last part of this protein brownie. By the way, before you guys accuse me of being a fat ass, this is a protein brownie. It has about, where are the calories? This has 240 calories, which is a lot, but 19 grams of protein. So that's not too bad. And I'm going to go on a walk and work out later. So that's good. Fuel.
Hey, Biggie, this is your father calling. I just got a new nurse, and I think she's just your type. Blonde hair, blue eyes, desperate. I've never seen her not wear a fur coat. Now, she is about 350 pounds, but, you know, you can't have everything. If you're interested, let me know. Bye.
Is that Kyle B at the end? Here's the thing, right? No, I would never. I think the most I've ever done is 190 in terms of females, and she hit it well. So it really wasn't here. It just the gut. It was all throughout, and it was fun. But no, thank you. That's how I know it's not really that's not my dad. Because if you were my dad, you would know me, and you would know that 350 pounds is definitely way above my what I would say my ability to procreate with. I wouldn't be able to get hard. What I'd be hitting her with a wet noodle, just slapping my wet noodle on her. No, it's not going to be enjoyable for any of us, and it's going to be less enjoyable for her because imagine I'm with you and I'm not able to get erect because of your grotesque body. So that has to hit you somewhere. And also, I don't like blonde. I don't like blue eyes. I'm not a fan of any of that. I like indigenous. I like darkish, not black, but darkish, kind of tan. Those are all things I like in a female. But, right, not whatever this was. God, no. That wasn't even a butt. That's the worst part. When you're a flatso, as Anthony Cumia from Opie and Anthony quoted, a flatso is a person that is rotund, but doesn't have any features that a fat person would usually have. So a fat person usually has like big fucking tits, but a flatso is one that doesn't have those. Which why bother? Let's say it may not be big, but it's busy. Says Joiner. It's not really busy. It just works hard when I get it. Yeah, I think Piggy's penis game is the last thing I was looking forward to on a stream. Well, some people like to know. Some people want to know, Mike. Hungry and Hungover says, damn, this is an early one. Any news on the deck? Not yet. I was actually on my to-do list, do-to list, which I was mentioning at the end of my last video. I make my own little notebooks now. How gay is that? I have my own little notebooks that I write my little lists on. I have to email the lady because she said to email her after Thanksgiving. So I'm emailing my contact at USPC and hitting her up. But last she told me it was going to be December, January for the printing because, well, the problem is that because I'm printing so little decks, I guess they put me in a back burner compared to the other bigger projects. Like, I don't know, Ramsey's cards or whatever. But I guess the less you print, the lower you are on the pecking order at a USPCC. So it might be January, but we'll see. What else here? 240 calories for 19 grams of protein. You're better off eating eggs. I know, but this is one of those things that you kind of like, you don't have it every day, but still pretty decent, I gotta say. And the other one that I like to get is 180 calories. Although what I discovered recently is bone broth. Bone broth is a cheat code. It's 40 calories for 9 grams of protein. That's not mathematically possible. Because protein, from my understanding, needs a caloric minimum because it's technically it's a thing you're consuming. And 9 grams of protein for 40 calories? Where's that coming from? I don't trust that. But I've been drinking that as of late. I just had a bowl before I left. YouTube has been censoring me hard, by the way. This ain't no fun. I can't say crazy shit. We could say just space out the letters. See if you could space out the letters. Next broadcast, you do. When I'm not working, I'm taking a drink anytime you say any iteration of particular or retard. Yes, and you'll probably end up having your stomach pumped. Andrew says, do your emails go on list? I don't know what you mean by that. Go on list. I mean, sometimes they go into spam, per se. I know people have sent me emails and they go to spam, which is annoying. But if you are sending me an email, just let me know. Just let me know, and then I'll send it to you. Or sorry, I'm retarded. Let me know, and I will look purposely because you told me to look. Let's see. Ramsey releases the first Rider Back collab, and then they pump him out like a single mom on welfare. We should protest USPC with signs like Pig Lives Matter, or from land to sea, release the piggy deck. That doesn't really work, right? That doesn't really work. Oh, your trick list. Do your emails go on trick list? The emails that contain new material. I guess you're talking about the mailing list. I haven't done one in a while because I'm working on that new book, the Hams and Fantasy. So I haven't done one, but I'll probably end up doing one this week. Just to update people on general shit and general happenings on the PigCake sphere of stuff. I like doing those little, what do you call that? Not an email list, but I like doing little newsletters because they are, they're fun. It grounds you as to things that are happening and puts your thoughts into writing. What's my email? It's pigcake with 2 E's at gmail.com. So pigcake, but the cake has 2 E's at gmail.com because some bitch took PigCake with 1 E. So I'm not a fan of that. What else here? We got Twitter beef and a pronoun cunt. So I guess I should mention my Twitter beef. Now, on Twitter from time to time, I get in back and forths with people because I guess I have no life. And in this case, there was a particular post that I commented on that says, praying for the inmate that stabbed Derek Chauvin. Heartwarming, the worst person you know got stabbed. And I wrote, he, him energy. So that converted into just a back and forth with a bunch of just, I would say, the pronoun police coming after me. Because I get people, and here's my favorite thing about this that I've mentioned many times. As a matter of fact, I comment on one of these, which is every time you get shit online, it's always from somebody that has every bit of information about them on their bio, but never, ever their actual fucking picture. It's never their fucking picture. It's always some cartoon. It's always an anime. It's never the actual person. Look at that. Buster Keaton, whatever. And it's always some sort of fucking retarded shit, but it's never them. So here they gave me a lot of shit because in my profile picture, I have a little bun, right? I have a fresh cut, and they're making fun of this. Funnily enough, calling it gay, which is very homophobic from people who claim to be very tolerant. And here I wrote, I'm getting shit from a commie juggalo. I've really peaked. You peaked in high school. This is such an embarrassing admission all down here from here. You pay for Twitter. I pay for Twitter for a couple reasons. Number one, because it's monetized when you pay for it. Number two, because you could sort your tweets out by folders. So I have bookmarks here. Those are lists. Let me see if they show them here. But there's a thing here that's bookmarked. And when you pay for Twitter, you can add folders. So it's a good feature because, for example, for the podcast, I like to have one folder that's to use in a podcast. And then the other one is done using. So it keeps that organization. And then other little stupid other tweets that I might want to save for later, like workout advice or whatever. And it lets you organize that. So it's a very good and useful feature, I think, worthwhile, especially considering I'm on Twitter all the time now. So it's definitely a worthwhile cost to me, you fucking inbred. But then this is when you pay to use the site. Commie Juggalo is better than Man Bun Shitlib. So I guess that's an interesting one. And then lots to consider here with an insult from this fucking dork. Great value, Kevin Smith. He, him, though. You afraid people won't be able to tell? So I'm getting clever here. Because this guy, again, he, him, you have to blow me. I don't do ketamine. And it's not him. It's some fucking shit. It's some fucking whatever bullshit from a show. It's never them. So all these people that are throwing stones are doing it from a house made out of not even glass. From a house made out of, I don't know, your fucking mother's pussy. Medically curious was how I've just heard it described. Just retarded. Everyone here is saying you got a baby dick. What's up with that? What? Really? You're gonna have a dick joke? You fucking nerd. So this is what I was dealing with over the weekend. Let's see what the hidden comment is here. I guess it's so shit. It's covered. But I like to go through these because their arguments are always the same. It's really lame. Hey, what do you pay to use the site? You have a man bun. Yeah, I had a haircut. I want to see what you look like. It's probably you look like an abortion compilation, which is why you don't have a picture of yourself. But at least that's a picture of me. You cunt. You big old cunt. Let's see what else they say here. I know that there's a lot. They go back and forth. He, him energy. I'm getting shit from a commie juggler. I've really peaked. You pay for Twitter and 1.5 followers and struggle to get double-digit likes. Yeah, I don't post on my account a lot. I reply to a lot of people. I'm not really working on building my Twitter. I reply just for fun. And then I'm not talking about validity. I'm talking about how pathetic it is. What's the point? What does it matter? This guy has 25 followers. So I could just easily just say by his stupid argument, yeah, buddy, you have 25 followers. It's a dumb argument. And all from a stupid post here. Again, you could say what you want about that post. But either way, just the pronoun police. Why do you have to do it? And every time I bring it up, they always have the very clever retort, they think, of saying, well, you didn't go to elementary school? You didn't go to elementary school? You don't know about pronouns? Yeah, I know a lot about pronouns, you troglodyte. But you know what you're doing. You're playing a little semantic game right now, saying, oh, what, you don't believe in pronouns? You never went to elementary school? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the necessity to put them on your profile. Why? What? When did this shit start? And for what reason? It seems retarded. It's just a dumb way of saying, oh, I'm into the latest thing. I'm into whatever it is the newest thing is. And I'm going to show you by putting my pronouns on my, and I'm going to ask you about them. Hey, what are your preferred pronouns? Shut up. Fuck. What a waste of time. Every time I see that, there are magicians that do it unironically. And I'm like, what are you even trying to do right now? He, him. Fuck. God. So I get into arguments and that. And again, I know it's retarded. I'm getting into arguments with people online. But just the whole point of it. How are you going to tell me that I look like shit when I can't even see what you look like? Because it's hiding behind a picture of Naruto. You fuck. God, the virginity is everywhere. This is a very good example of that. I guess is tied in perfectly. You see what I mean? Look, I'm gonna go back on my so look, I have folders. You can't do this on free Twitter, and I know it's a small thing, but for me, it's very valuable, especially for organization for this particular live stream. Shows you how much I'm invested in this live stream that I'm willing to pay for that. So, and it has things that I like to use. So the topics and things that I would go into, and then whatever I'm done using, I put them here, right? And then there's a level of organization. You fuck. And also you could monetize your account if you are paying for Twitter. So you pay for Twitter. Shut up. Let me see how you look like. Let me see how you look like. So this one, my 100-year-old bubby learned about non-binary people today.
Yeah. My 100-year-old bubby learned about non-binary people today.
I never heard of that.
What?
I only heard of lesbians or gays, but I never heard of what.
It's very low volume.
Oh, never mind. I can't say she. I made a mistake.
I'm waiting for the person to talk.
It's okay.
Non. D-O-N.
N-O-N.
Don.
Non. N-O-N.
Don. None. What? Oh,
N.
Non-binary.
Shut up.
Binary. Non-binary. When I see it in writing, I can remember it. You learn something new every day.
You do.
Yeah, made up academia. That's what you learned.
Yeah.
My 100-year-old bubby.
Oh, God, it's not about being a phobe for anything. It's not about being anti this or anti that. It's just another thing. You just gotta add on to a little bit there. Kind of jealous of these bubbies. She's not gonna be around to witness the horrors. But I don't know. It just seems retarded to me. And again, very easy. Oh, you're a phobe. You're this. You're that. No, it's just a logical thing. There's no need to put a. Let me put a he him so you know on my LinkedIn. I was applying for jobs not too long ago for video editing jobs, and one of the ones that came up often, as a matter of fact, I would say 95% of the time in applying was the pronouns. It was, hey, what are you? What do you want to be identified as? And when you click on it, it has a laundry list of things that you could be, from zer, them, to they, them, to he, them, she, he, she. It's just an assortment of things, and the oh, come on, you don't want to be conscious of people? It's like, no, not for that. My goodness, you can do whatever you want to yourself, but the moment you tell somebody what they should do, no, you fuck. That's not the way things work. How drunk and desperate would you have to be to sleep with a 250 pounder? Well, John Cena said he had a good time. John Cena said he had a really good time doing that, but alas, that's a different person. I have 2 Academy lists, but your new stuff isn't on them. Well, Andrew, on the Academy, I always update both lists. So if you have the link that I sent you, where you have all the Academy lessons and all the piggybacker lessons, I'm always updating that. So every time I upload a video, that gets updated. So if, for example, I'm going to upload a video today, that video is going to be on that list. So it's always updating to what is the most up-to-date happenings of the Academy. Now, both those lists, one has the Coin, Card, and Mentalism Academy stuff. The other one has the Piggybacker stuff, which is the $1 tier, which is very undervalued in my opinion. But they're there updated every time, so I don't know what you mean by that. My pronoun is God. Abortion compilation. Love your stuff. I think the pronoun is silly, but the logic is so trans people know you're an ally. I think that's what it is, right? It's like, oh, you're into that whole thing, so now I know you're not going to be a problem. But I think that's a dumb way to go about it. Is she trying to euthanize her grandmother? Hey, grandmother, the world is full of cunts, right? Isn't that the kind of vibe you're portraying there? You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Mike says, I need to get ahead of the curve and declare my adjectives. That's fucking great. The camera damage spot is still there. Is it? Fuck. It's right here. Shit. So I'm hoping that that's like dust or something, or maybe something that came on the camera. Maybe a glare coming from there. Fucking A. Slatcher, I saw it in the last stream that you were pointing out when it was appearing and stuff, and its slow appearance of this shit. But it might just be dust on the lens. Who knows? You have to use my adjective when describing me to someone. My adjectives are brilliant, handsome, and talented. It might as well. It might as well get into that. But to me, it's just a whole virtue signal. It's just a thing saying, hey, remember, I'm always thinking of other people. There's a magician that I always allude to. I don't want to mention his name, but he put a free tutorial recently on one of the platforms. And his profile, he had a trick, after the whole incident that was a very message forward trick, saying, oh, we need to help our friends, even if they're being mean and rude. And it's like, oh, God. And you look, and it's obviously him. Why, dude? I examined that shit for a long time. Yeah, that lets me know as to what you are doing. But I should try to clean the lens. I do see kind of a light there where it would be. I'm looking at it, and there's kind of like a light on the actual lens itself, right where it would be. So I'm just assuming that it might be just a fleck of dust or something. But the mystery is going to be there. It's going to be great when I use this professionally. I do have to record the video project for the thing that I'm putting out with Alakazam, so I can't wait. I think it's a light from the back room. It disappeared when you moved your mic over the door. Oh, so maybe if I do this... Oh, shit, that was gone. It was gone for a hot second there. Please don't take that out of context. But if I cover maybe somewhere here... Is it gone? Fuck. Maybe I should be smart and put a nice contrast. So, yeah, there's definitely something to that. You see it? Okay, so now it's gone. Now it's back. Yeah, so it's glare. Hey, look at that. We discovered it, boys. Actually, no, Jason. Jason discovered it there. But look at that. So that's going to be my new trick. It's going to be on a magic stream. It's going to be on the Netrix, where apparently a fucking glare is enough to make it. So at least it's not the camera. That makes me happy. That at least makes me happy. We solved the puzzle. And without Chris Ramsey, without the need for Christopher Ramsey, we have another voicemail. This one says Lost Love. So let's see what this one's about.
Hey, Piggy. This is your ex-girlfriend calling. Someone sent me a photo a few days ago. It was really small. The photo was really small. It was you in like 4th or 5th grade. I don't know if you know this is circulating around. It has like 1 million hits on Facebook. If you want me to give you the person's name, I can. Anyway, I miss you. Bye.
That's not true. My ex-girlfriend's dating a 0 right now. Some fucking nerd. They all look the same. I've always had that conclusion whenever it comes to what do you call this? Girls that they end up screwing around and then they get with like a boring tech guy, like a default dude, and it's like, all right, you had the same sort of life. I've seen it happen in a lot of friends that I had, a lot of girlfriends, not girlfriends, but a lot of girls that are friends that they're just like woo, and then they're like, oh shit, I gotta settle down. Let me settle down, and the guy's just this guy. Right, just like a square. Like, oh, have some fun in your life. Don't go into one of these guys that all they do is talk about themselves. Oh, a lot of me search. Oh yeah, when I was closing that deal. Shut up, nerd. I choose to believe that Piggy's apartment is haunted, and that's a floating orb. Well, somebody did pass away right there. They had a heart attack. I think I mentioned it last time. That right there, they died. They had a heart attack. They showered in the shower. They got out naked. They sat down on a table that was in the kitchen area, and they passed away. They passed away. Let's see here. Hey, PC, when are you performing next? I don't know what you mean by that, but ideally, maybe Blackpool. Maybe Blackpool. So if you're going to go there, this is tentative, but I'm going to see if I could work something out with them where I'll be working the booth. I'll be working the booth probably for Alakazam to pitch my trick. So far, tentatively, I think I might do it, which is going to be weird because the whole card thing might affect the card stuff, but we'll see because that's on a month-to-month basis. But I might be in Blackpool pitching my trick at one of the tables, so that might be the next time that I'm performing, and I'll be performing this trick way too much, so that might make me want to consider taking my brand new Hellcat and putting it in my mouth. Are you really even a magician if you don't have blackout curtains on every window? I don't have blackout curtains, but I do have like imagine like a mixed couple had a baby. That's the color that I have. So it's like very thin, like linen black, but definitely does a good job as to hiding me from the Miami sun or the Miami Heat. You get it? Like the basketball team. Default dude says Muppet on meds. You're pointing at yourself. I don't know if that says anything about yourself, but I don't think you're a default dude. Default dude is just like a boring, like a square, like just a, like I guess they're safe. I guess that's the term. They're safe, but they're not fun. Piggy communes with the dead. Time for a new demonic magic video. Well, I did remember telling my mother that I wanted to do a video where I was ghost hunting in the hood, and I would do a whole bunch of haunted deck stuff, like in the hood. That's still an idea that I have that I might do, but I had to borrow her ghost detector because she had a ghost detector because of course she does. And she's like, Papo. Papo is a term of endearment as a Cuban parent. She goes, Papo, really don't play around with those things. Something might stick to you and something might attach itself to you and you're not going to be able to shake it off. I'm like, I'm going to do like jokes in the hood about ghosts. Man, I think I'm good. But she was very serious about that. They're not hanging around as a ghost to watch this shit, says Michael Lawrence. That's true. If there were a ghost, I'd be off doing other things. I'd be flying. I'd be into the White House. I'd be looking as to what the fuck is going on in the White House. I'd just be there like Peter Pan and Hook. Just, what's happening here? Okay, so that's happening there. There's a diaper being changed. That's an odd shaped penis. I'd be wondering. I'd be looking at the Obamas, how the Obamas fuck. I want to see that one. I think that's interesting because they'll be there like, oh, Michelle. So that's what I would be doing if I was a ghost. Damn, why are you doing streams when I'm still at work? Well, I'm playing around with doing them earlier, but the next one, which might be either tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm more likely than not going to end up doing that at the regular time, 6. So you could look out for that one. But I'm trying to cater to the masses here, and the masses are from different time zones. So I can't just say, oh, wow, hey, I'm here, I'm queer.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
And the only time zone that exists is the Eastern time zone. No, there are other things that exist, like my new books right there. The Art of the Squeal and The View from Down Here. Those are 2 things that exist, right? These 2 things, they're hot, they're heavy. They're good. They're good. I like this one because it's a little bit more autobiographical than other things. I include some stories there as to my first tricks and performing. And then I teach you the very same tricks. We absolutely need Mama Cake to be included in the ghost video. Well, the thing about that is that I don't know, man. She'll drop too much information. I remember doing the ham radio with Caesar, and he named names. I didn't like that. Like, he named specific names of relatives. I'm like, I don't want that. So I know for sure for her, she's gonna just name drop stuff. And I know it's all out there, my information, but I'd rather keep some things unsaid on the channel. It's retarded, but let me be. All right, it's my channel. So I don't know, but I think she'd definitely be an interesting interview at some point because she does have a lot of experience doing, I would say, psychic stuff. So it ties in with the psychic videos. Blades of Grass says, it sounds gay. I agree with Cornman. Weekday stream should be at 7 or 8. So, all right. Or maybe the next one I'll do it at 7 or 8, which is all right. Do you want a chat with full of Indian kids asking for cards? Eastern is the only one that matters. Yeah, that's my favorite one. And I've actually heard about a lot of magicians as of late, adding to that unbiased bit, where they're pretending to be other review magicians and emailing like people like Mark Kirstein, for example. I don't know if they're doing him, but I'm using him as an example and saying, hey, I'm whatever, this reviewer magician. Can you send me this product so I could review it on my channel? And they're not. They're not whoever the reviewers are. They're just whatever fucking person trying to get a free copy of something, which is just weird because it's a magic trick. I mean, not going to be crazy expensive. So what are you scamming out of for $40? Kind of dumb. I remember my first trick. I did it at a truck stop for $20, says Corn Pop, obviously referencing to a blowjob. A blowjob. I've seen some lot lizards, man. Lot lizards are not attractive. I don't think I've ever seen an attractive lot lizard. I've seen attractive prostitutes, that's for sure. But like lizards that hang out in a lot and they're just there, just wearing jean shorts and their guts hanging out, but they're skinny and they're just they look like they have a 4-day-old makeup on. You really have to be desperate or methed out in order to hit it, or you haven't had your nut in a while, so you're looking to stick it in anything, like that guy we saw earlier, pounding it in that at last call. But boy, is that just an atrocious thing to aspire to bang a lot lizard. Then again, the people that do it that I've seen in those videos aren't really lookers themselves. They look like just, you know, you've been on a 90-hour bender. You should do a review of unbiased magic reviews and call it unbiased magic review reviews. That's funny. That sounds like I would probably end up taking the Hellcat and swallowing it, wanting to do that. But I need to stop making reference to that because one day I'm going to use that as a prop. I'm not going to realize that it's there's one in the chamber, and that's going to be the end of me. And I'm going to end up on a top 10 video of YouTube magician PigCake was doing a live stream and he put his gun in his mouth as a joke. What he didn't know is that there's always one round in the chamber. Well, he found out too late, and so did the dozens of viewers. Are you going to be at Magi Fest this year, said Stig? Maybe not. By the way, this is the end portion of the stream. I've already exhausted through all my topics. Spoon trick, Twitter beef, pronoun cunt, club mistakes, camera, girls doing too much, and poop in the mall. So this is the portion where you guys add in your own comments. We go through your comments, even though I've been going through them the entire stream. If you want to leave a voicemail, the link is down below where you could do that. So this is the fun portion. This is kind of the back and forth. And at the end, we end it. And I do dips at the end of this. I'm not going to do dips on camera, but I'm going to do dips. But Magi Fest, I'm not sure. I know I hate the flight to Ohio. It's always the worst because they do have a direct one from Miami to Columbus. But boy, it's in a plane the size of my penis, and it's always at the end of the airport. The times that I've been, and it's rickety. It's just a rickety fucking plane. So I just hate that. And then you land in Columbus, Ohio. I'm leaving Miami, Florida, where right now is on a Publix run with a friend of mine going to a grocery store. He just moved back nearby, so we're hanging out more often. And even the ugly girls are hot. Even the ugly girls are just, and I'm just there falling in love every 5 seconds. But you go to Columbus, Ohio, full of meth and fucking, to go to a steamy hotel room, to have Joshua J just pretty much ejaculate sweat on you from doing push-ups. I accidentally negligent discharged into my wall while everybody was asleep and no one woke up. Well, it depends. What did you shoot into your wall, Nicholas? What did you shoot into your wall? By the way, I still keep looking for it. If you guys know anybody that has a contact in a gun shop that can maybe ship it to a gun shop near me, maybe you have a hookup, maybe you have a discount, I'm still looking for that gun. I'm still looking for that North American Arms mini revolver. So if you have any hookup on this that maybe gives me a good price, I'm putting it out there. I'm saying in all points bulletin to the PigCake community. I want this gun really badly. It's a 5-shot. It's a handgun. It's a 22. You're going to annoy them to death, but it's a fun one that I would definitely like to shoot out and have fun with. So if you know anybody that happens to be in the gun business, hit me up with an email, because I'd gladly talk for that. What else here? Let me skip through these. Toucan crushes, great trick with lots of wiggle room to experiment with the two controls. Says gas station. Toucan, of course, from one of my books. I forgot what trick that is, or what book that is. I think that might have been from The View from Down Here. But here's a little bit of trivia. I don't know who the fuck that is. I actually uploaded that trick to a book many years ago under my actual name. So many years ago, I think there was a book that this guy was coming out with that was like an 8-can ebook, and I'm sure people are going to find it. It's not too hard to look up. And I submitted that trick, and I was very proud of it. And it was a different way of doing it, but I remember even then in my infinite youth, I'm like, man, I'm going to publish this trick. This trick is good. And there was just a way of doing any card, any number with 2 cards, and one card sets up the other. I think that might have been 2009. Or 10. So that was a long time ago. My goodness. Your boy's been... I have little hidden drops around the internet from before Piggy's time that thankfully people haven't found. But maybe me saying this is enough to inspire virgins to find it. But Toucan is definitely a great one. And I like it because one sets up the other, right? So one card sets up the other card. And everything's done on the offbeat. And you're using moves that I love. So not to suck my own dick, gas station, but I'm glad you enjoy it. There's some tricks in there that I'm really happy with. I don't know if you've come across the Knock 'em Dead variation. If you like that, let me know. I really want to hear what people have to say if you've gotten those books about the tricks in particular. Because that Knock 'em Dead, again, everything tied in together. I sent it to Peter and Arnie, and he's like, yeah, this is great. What the fuck? And I'm surprised nobody's thought of it before. But it's a sort of hands-off way of doing an open prediction trick. That's the exact same effect. Exact same as the gimmicked Knock 'em Dead trick. So I thought it was wonderful. Yeah, but at least in Columbus, we have girls in your league, says Stig. Well, Stig, all right, girls in my league. Well, the thing about there, at least, is they find me interesting because my accent, I guess, stands out. So they're like, oh my God, look at that. We got a foreign boy here. So I might actually get... Vagine as a result of that. Same thing in England. In England, they were coming up to me, I guess, because they're like, oh my God, you're so cute. And I go, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And they go, oh my God, and you're American. So, oh, you're American. So over here, I sound like everybody else. So it's hard. Whatever you do, don't buy a prop gun. The chances of mixing them up is non-zero because of Sod's Law. Yeah, I'm not going to be buying a no prop gun for sure. But I'll be keeping that one very, my gun safety is on point. Oh, let's see. Slatcher says it's $300 from the manufacturer. Yeah, that's a little bit too much for that gun. But if it's like $180, I'd be interested. Or if somebody has a used one for $180, yeah, I'd be down as fuck. I think the lowest I've seen it at was $250 from Bass Pro Shop, but even that is, I mean, I could get a GX whatever, a GX4 for that, or a GC4 for that. So I think 180 would be the sweet spot. But again, Lord knows I have enough people that maybe know somebody that work at a little gun store that could maybe hook it up with a good discount. 155 grain 9mm hollow point. Boy, that sounds like the worst thing. And your neighbors are at least G's, because your neighbors didn't report it to the cops. Here, the moment a firework goes off, the cops are called. So your neighbors are pretty gangster for not snitching on you for accidentally discharging it. You look like a cross between Pete and Review Bruh. Let's look that up and see if I'm going to get insulted. Review Bruh. American YouTuber. All right. I should have known. Review Bruh. I don't know why I didn't know him by his name. But, and I don't know who the Pete that you're referring to is. But, George, I'm taking that as an insult. I don't know if you were intending that for that to come out as some sort of an insult at my height, character, and or appearance. But it definitely felt like it. I live with my parents, and they were asleep in the other room. To this day, nobody knows until they see the fucking hole. But I just got some hollows. I just got some hollow points that, let me actually take them out real quick. I'm not ending the stream. Give me 1 second. It's funny because I was talking to Peter Turner, and I was telling him, I was like, hey, dude, I got a gun, and I could carry it on me, and I don't need a license. And I could just go to a gun shop, I could buy bullets, and I'm good to go. So I bought these, firstly, 200 rounds of, I guess they call them target and practice, but these are still bullets. I don't know why they call them that. And then I ended up getting these defenders, which are hollow points. So I got these puppies because if I'm going to carry something, I don't want to carry these on me. Now, granted, yeah, they are bullets at the end of the day. But from my understanding, these are more prone to go through a person, which I don't want. And again, the thing that you never want to use is this. You never want to use any of this. These are all just out of abundance of caution. So you never want to use this. The point of this, hopefully, is to collect dust, right? You don't want to have to ever discharge this. But in the unfortunate situation that we find ourselves in, some people might decide to try you. But these go through. And you don't want that. Whereas these expand within, which is kind of terrifying because I've never seen hollow points up close. I've only seen the other types, and these are just crazy. But these were reasonably priced at what do you call this, Bass Pro. I had a very awkward interaction, by the way, at a gun store. I went to a gun store. I walked there. Actually, I took the metro and walked, and it was quite a distance away, but I figured I need to burn off the calories that I've been ingesting. And when I walked in, I go, hey, how you doing? She goes, hey, how can I help you? And I go, oh, I'm looking for some ammo. That's all I said. And she goes, well, we're out of ammo. And I go, oh, that's funny. Wait, did I come back? Okay, yeah, I thought that I didn't come back. And I laugh, and she goes, no, actually, we're out of ammo. And I go, oh, that's awkward. All ammo? And she goes, yeah, we don't have any ammo here. I go, that's kind of weird for a gun store not to have any ammo. And she goes, yeah, dude, maybe you should check out a Bass Pro Shop. And I go, I was just there, my dear. I was just there. There's also a trick years ago with a bullet that I remembered. I bought it, and it was such a fun trick. It was you had a lighter and you had a bullet, and then you would light the bullet like this, and it would discharge, allegedly, and you would catch it in your mouth. And this was an empty cartridge. So you would now show an empty cartridge and the lighter, and the fact that you now have the round in your mouth. So I thought that was a fun trick from years and years ago. I haven't been able to find it again. It's very easy to replicate. This is when we hear the bang off camera. That's funny. Magic and Cards says, can't wait to see your trick at Blackpool. Why did you go with Alakazam and not the other companies here? Well, Alakazam, I pitched it to Illusionists. They said no forever ago. They said that there's too many of these types of tricks, but I've never seen this particular thing done before. I've seen it with other things, 100 other things, but never with this particular thing. So I thought it was a good combination of things. That's one. And then I showed it to Chris James, and Chris James said, hey, you should show it to Craig Petty. And then I believe I showed it also to I hate this. I hate that I don't remember his name, but I showed it to a couple people. And somebody said you should show it to Peter Nardi. I think he'll love it. And I showed it to Peter Nardi. I sent him a video, and he loved it. He's like, yeah, we're definitely interested. And he gave me a good offer on it, good deal, and tentatively offered for me to work the booth. So I said, fuck it. Yeah, it's a great thing. And I've always loved Peter Nardi. I was a huge fan of his from that DVD that he put out with Spellman, Unexpected, where he was just fucking hysterical. And that was kind of one of the first times I saw a Magic video that was funny. I'm like, oh, it could be funny. Like, you could have humor. And he was with Mark Spellman showing a bunch of tricks, and I loved that. And I was telling him that when we were talking. And I call him Dad now. I call him Dad. So you could say that we've moved on pretty quickly. Magic and Cards, because Peter Nardi's a man, people are stacking ammo to the ceiling now. Yeah, it's kind of odd. In Bass Pro, there was every other type of ammo was available apart from 9mm. Like, this was one of the only box that I saw of 9mm rounds. And these were hollow points. So this was one of the only ones that I saw, which is nuts. But I think I'm going to go shooting sometime this week. So that might be interesting. I might record a little bit of that. And, of course, I have nothing but shooting rounds here. So these are kind of a waste. How much money could one trick bring in? Well, I don't want to talk specifics about the contract, but they bought it out. So they bought it, and I did add a clause if the trick sells out that I get a little bonus. But I think it's good. I think I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I'm putting something out in the community that's mass produced and mass, I guess, not like me self-producing it. So I think that's an interesting little bit, and I'm happy that Peter was very gracious to take the trick off my hands. I'm, of course, doing all the social media stuff for that, the trailer, the video, anything video, I'm doing it. And I think the rest should be very interesting. If Peter changes his mind on your trick, will you double the daddy issues? Yeah, I'll probably have to double the daddy issues. But I hope to work with them to some capacity in the future again. I mean, I really hope to do that because just in terms of the way they produce things, I think it's fun. Harry, they were showing me how much stuff they were working on, and they have like just an endless supply of things that they're working on in the background. So Alakazam is killing it. I bought their wallets years ago, so I'm happy happy to be talking and interacting with people that I've looked up to for many years. And oh my God, Piggy, you look up to everyone because you're short. Shut up. Timeline for the release. Well, I'm waiting on prototypes right now. I sent him a text not so long ago, and he said that he's going to look back. I forgot who's manufacturing it. I think Roy Coopers, maybe, is doing the gimmicks. But I'm trying to figure out which gimmick is the best one. And then hopefully Blackpool, man. I'm hoping Blackpool release, because that's the vibe. We want to release it either before or during Blackpool, and I think that would be a nice little good time to do it. I'm obviously incentivizing selling out during the show, and I think it's quick and impulsive enough that people might just pick it up and just get it. I mean, people were buying that trick with a glass bottle like non-stop. I don't get it. I don't know why the fuck you have a cork in a glass bottle and then you grab a coin and you push it through. They were buying that just by the fucking dozen. I saw a magician buy 5 of them at once. I'm like, why? You have to have this little bottle that now you carry on you? What? So I don't know. I definitely think people would buy it. Also, seeing magicians in Blackpool and what they buy. Oh, I bought this vanishing cage. Yeah, it's gonna be lovely for the pub, mate. I'm like, all right, okay. Oh man, the silk. I've been looking for the silk for years, and it's this fucking this thing, that thing. Right? Really? You bought that? Oh, I don't know. So I'm hoping that I capitalize on that market. Although what I am looking forward to is nonstop. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'll come back around. Oh, thank you, mate. But I think I'm just going to be hammered while I'm doing the pitch. So good practice, though. Good practice because I've never done that. So I'll probably just take a lot of liquid courage and be hammered on the booth. So if you want to say hi, it's tentative so far. It's tentative that I'm going to be doing at Blackpool. I haven't agreed to anything. I haven't signed anything for that yet. But he said that he'll help out with the cost of going over there, which is pretty expensive if I work the booth. So I don't mind doing that. But does Blackpool give you Minecon cringy vibes? You know, sometimes. I gotta say, for the most part, I've just had nothing but fun in Blackpool, and it was boy, such a great time. Even with the virginity was cut to a minimum. There's like little bursts of virginity here and there when you go to Blackpool. The Magic Convention, I have to mention here for context. There's like little bursts every once in a while where you're like, oh, and you kind of have to do the, that smile, and you're like, all right. But as far as the rest of it, what the fuck is this, man? How are you? I also have a comment here. Somebody responding to me that I don't know who the fuck it is. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck this person is. I hope it's not spam that I'm messaging back and forth. But little bursts of virginity. But for the most part, it's just sitting down, having drinks with people that are just the best people. Mark Lemon, Peter Turner. Peter Turner I stay with pretty much the entire month when I'm in England. But just to see Mark, like the first time I met Mark, I'm like, I didn't know him. I just thought of him as this soft-spoken dude that is really clever. That guy is so fucking funny and so quick at everything he does, and the things that he was showing me were just crazy, just prototypes for unbelievable things that this guy has. Just stupid clever. And we don't talk magic, we just drink and talk shit and life, and it's just a good time. And of course the group that I'm in Blackpool, I have a bunch of them that I'm following on Instagram. They're great. It's just great vibes all around. But there are some bursts of virginity that you just go, oh, right. Like a guy with a hat on, like a fucking cap on, or bowler's cap. I like the dirty side of Blackpool, right? Like I'm getting a tattoo in a bar and I pass out because I'm a fucking bitch. Like that's fun. But not like, oh, I'm going to show you my cups and balls. Like, I don't want to say anything specific, but there was this one guy doing this coin bit, and it's just, come on, man. Like, the most exciting thing is to get like-minded people and see what drives them, what motivates them. And the last thing I want to see is a fucking matrix. Oh, I met this lovely couple there, telling me how much they appreciate my magic and stuff and the videos that I've put out. Just, oh, God, what a great time. Blackpool for me was really a life-changing experience. Just great all around. But expensive and bursts of virginity. I heard something about civilian ammo production stopping. All it takes is a rumor and getting some anti-gun rhetoric from Biden or Hyena, and people will buy a few $100 worth. That's true. I got because I got a gun for the first time. So I just wanted to get some rounds. Now, ideal for target and range use. Reliably in a variety, consistent accuracy, burns cleaner. But these are, I don't know why they call these target and practice ammo. This is ammo. I mean, it's ammo for a gun that you put in it, and it could be used as self-defense. So for Winchester to call this self-defense for it to call it target and practice rounds is kind of weird. So I don't know why they went around and did that, but I mean, the worst part is that Daniel told me back in the day he would purchase these, and he'd buy 200 rounds for like $10. Alas, my friends, that's not the day anymore. But that's the stream. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. We're here. We're queer. We're never leaving. I might do another one tomorrow. The right time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. I guess advice at the end of the video. Fucking A, man. Don't impose your belief on others, right? It's one thing to be respectful. It's another thing to have certain beliefs. It's one thing to have an opinion, but it's another thing to impose your lifestyle on someone else. Don't do that. That makes you a shitty person. So if you're telling them how they should talk and be, shut up. Stay in your own lane, right? Believe what you want to believe. Stay in your own lane. So I guess that's fucking bothersome. And also, more importantly than anything,
Big fucking tits!